owned a pair said they were like super comfy. My boy played basketball in a pair of free runs one time. I was like, for real? He's like, yo, bro, he's like, feels like I'm running barefoot, but like, with soles. Like, so you don't feel like rocking shit, huh?
Are we on the podcast right now?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I just hit record whenever.
Okay,
honestly.
got you.
You're good.
I was just talking about shoes.
Cool.
Yeah, they're comfy as fuck. I'm not really a big Nike shoe person.
Are you a team Adidas?
No, I wear flip flops like year round.
Like
I'm one of those
toe-tones?
weird people. Yeah.
Oh. Crazy.
I hike them, hiking them and shit.
Snows
Oh,
out.
you
like-
hike? Oh, bro.
Yeah. I get
in
like
sandals,
dirt in them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, that joint slide right off the rock.
Yeah. It's dangerous, but it's like
yo, it's
extra like
crazy.
ankle dexterity.
So like snows out, toes out type thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I used to get like mad shit for it in high school, and I was like, "Fuck you guys! Like flip flops are mad comfortable."
No, I knew this guy.
But it's dumb as hell. I know
No,
that.
I've definitely.
I knew this guy who only
I
used
used
to
to
wear
talk about
Hollister.
people like you.
Huh?
I used to talk about people like you.
Oh yeah, no, I could get it, man. I could get it.
There was this guy when we went to school. He used to wear all Hollister, and he would wear flip flops year round. I'm talking about in snow.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I'm not fucking dumb.
No, bro, in snow. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that's what you meant.
I meant like when it would be like cold, like everyone was wearing pants. I would wear pants, and I would still wear flip flops because like I get real hot, and like my theory is that like you put on a hat, like hot air goes out of your head, like cold air must come in through your feet. You know what I mean? So if I want to stay balanced,
Keep your toes out.
Yeah, I'll keep my toes out.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Is that really a thing? That's a thing? The feet thing?
I assume so. I mean, they always say like you want to keep fucking warm, you put on a hat.
That's true.
And like the hot comes out here, so the fucking cold must be.
It's like
That's true. It's like when you sleep and you stick that one foot out the blanket.
yeah, you do that to get cool.
I need balance. I need balance in my life.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I wore flip flops yesterday and it was raining, and that was a fucking bad decision.
Yeah.
Slippery, yeah.
Yeah, I was.
It's like it kind of
bust your
it's like a water park when you think about it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
an urban.
right.
urban
Stepping in all
water
kinds
park.
of weird puddles and shit.
I bet it feels great though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I stepped in one outside and I was like, I don't know what was in it, but
Nice. Well, let's intro this shit. Welcome to Almanac Podcast. This is episode 21. I'm Alex. I'm here with my boy Eddie, and we have a special guest here. Introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Byron Morrison from Rock 10 Productions.
Nice. Yeah, so we're doing kind of a swap cast. So he's jumping on ours. We're going to jump on his. We don't know when it's going to drop. Ours is supposed to drop tomorrow. So we're here for it.
Dope. Yeah, you guys are going to come on Earspace when we're done with this one.
Hell yeah. Busy day.
Hell yeah.
Busy day.
Mad podcast.
How are you doing, man?
Good. I'm doing well so far.
It's weird because
today.
like we just had a whole conversation.
Yeah, I know. It's always like real strange to like try to like capture the moment of like a podcast, but then also like then keep it on or whatever.
You're trying to dial back.
Yeah, you're trying to be genuine, like behind the scenes, and
yeah.
then you have to be like not fake, but you just have to put on a front almost for the actual show itself. So it's like it's a little weird space, but you get used to it.
Yeah,
I imagine you do, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing podcasts since like 2018.
Okay.
But I still get like mad weird about it. You know what I mean? Like right before we start, or like right now, like knowing that I'm like being recorded, I'm always like, there's always like a little bit of like, what the fuck?
Did you get like so you edit your own episodes, right?
Yeah.
When you first listened to your voice, how'd you feel about it?
Fucking hated it.
You fucking really?
Yeah, I was like, yo, like what the fuck? I mean, also like the first one I ever did, like I was recording it on this Zoom H6, like kind of like a little handheld joint.
Okay.
And I had one microphone, and I was recording like, so the audio quality was shit.
Okay.
That on top of the fact it was the first time I ever heard myself, and I was like, yo, my voice is like mad nasally and shit.
You're just not in love.
But yeah, over time, like you get used to it. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard myself talk now like so fucking many times, and like hear what it sounds like that I'm like, shit. Like one of the big things I'm sure you guys like realize too is like when you edit your own podcast, you hear how you talk to people.
Yeah.
And like for me, like I talk over people way too much.
Okay.
And I've been talking about it on the podcast forever about how I need to like stop doing it.
Yeah.
But I do it all the time.
While you're talking over them.
Yeah.
I really should stop talking over people.
Yeah. Like I need to like learn, like listen to my own shit. You know what I mean? But
no, I noticed well, when I edit my podcast, I say like a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking annoying.
I mean, what better word to compare something though?
But
like,
yeah, right.
Like.
Yeah. I'll listen to anyone else's podcast and they do it just as much. So I actually don't beat myself that much over it anymore. Yeah. But I try really hard not to.
I swear.
Like it's really fucking annoying.
I used to get slaughtered for it in like my speech class.
Oh yeah, of course. It's annoying, but you don't really care.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you start thinking about it too, it's like I just, you know what I mean? And then you can't fucking talk.
You're just like, yeah, I just said it fucking.
Yeah. I say like fucking, way too much. I swear instead of saying,
You're just a sailor.
Swear. Yeah. It's bad.
Sailor mouth.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. So,
what the fuck?
Give us a little more detail about how did you get into podcasting? What made you get into podcasting?
So I've always been really interested into listening to podcasts.
Okay.
Like Radio Lab and Joe Rogan and fucking Snap Judgment and like all these other like really cool podcasts that I learned a whole lot of stuff from.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, I want to start my own podcast. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the long and short of it. I had obviously like a recording studio, didn't have to like pay for time anywhere else or whatever. So I was like, fuck it. I already have microphones, but just start. And then like the idea of the actual podcast came from me being mad at somebody in traffic and being like, well, I wonder, and then realizing like later, I was like, well, that person's just like a person, you know what I mean? But I don't know who they are because they're not necessarily like an artist or they're not like a whatever.
Just
they probably don't have
person.
the opportunity to talk.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to go out and interview just random ass people. And then in this like grandiose way, I was like, maybe I can shed light on people that are just normal people, and then people will all love each other and like all this other dumb shit. You know what I mean?
This is your way of bringing world peace.
Yeah, like my like shitty like attempt at it. You know what I'm saying?
How's that going?
Yeah, I don't know. People still fucking mad at each other and shit, but yeah, that's kind of like the short version of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So you also do music.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
How long have you been doing it so far?
The podcast?
No, the music. Like as far as the music aspect, how long have you been invested in that? Or you can even go back and say as far as like when did you feel like just inspired to start working in the music? Like what made you want to do music?
2007, 2008. I was in a metal band, hardcore screamo band.
Oh yeah,
called Shatter the Facade.
Okay.
I believe there's maybe one song still on YouTube. You can check that out.
Cool.
But I got into that just because like I had a buddy that his dad played in a bunch of bands, and they had a little practice space in their basement. And it was like 2007, 2008, like hardcore metal in the Lancaster scene was like really like popping and shit. We had like August Burns Red was like starting to make like big waves, and Texas in July was like doing that kind of thing. And there was just a whole lot of like metal music, and I was really in love with the genre. So it was like, fuck it. Like we have a practice space. Let's get a bunch of guys together and learn how to play music and then make screamo music or whatever.
So the practice space you're referring to, was it this spot, this location, or
no,
did you have
no,
another
no.
spot?
No, it was this guy Joey's dad out in Hempfield, Tim Kaufman.
Cool.
He had just run of the mill like basement practice space, drum set up and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
So we practiced there. We wrote some songs. We played a bunch of shows. I've always dreamed about playing at like the Chameleon Club and shit.
Where'd you play
We
them?
got to play there.
Oh, you got to play the
Yeah.
Chameleon? Okay.
We played at like Club 19.
R.I.P. Chameleon Club.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow.
Yeah, I never even got to go.
Really?
You never went there before?
I used to see. I saw I would see videos of like the concerts that happened there, like when P&B was here.
Right.
So like, I have an idea of what it's like to be in there.
Right.
But I've never actually been.
It used to be like, I'd say probably like not to talk shit on the Chameleon Club by any means, because like the place definitely like created a lot of vibes for a lot of people and shit.
Brought in
but
a lot of major artists.
Like
Lancaster
it's
City.
been weird for like 10 years. You know what I mean?
What do you mean weird?
Like it used to be like lines around the door. You know what I mean? And then in the last like 10 years or so, that kind of dwindled off.
Do you think it's because of the type of shows they were trying to push forward, or they just weren't getting that many?
I think it's like
mainstream artists.
I think it's like it's a weird way to try to explain it. it didn't used to always be like a rock club. You know what I mean? Apparently, like back in the day, the Lizard Lounge was like real lavish and shit, and like it used to be really nice.
Yeah, was it? Oh, also like more upper scale.
Yeah, and then it kind of turned into this like punk rock place, this haven for like rock and like metal music, and then that scene in Lancaster was like so big until I don't want to say like maybe 2012, 2013. It started to kind of dwindle away.
Yeah. Just here, or you think?
Just in general, but this is also like kind of my opinion, but also like I'm sure there's like some statistics you could look at or some shit.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly. I might just be like fucking completely fucking wrong.
Nah, dude, you might be 100% right.
Yeah, I don't know, but like that scene was really like fueling like so many shows. You were getting like big major bands to come through, and people in droves from all over the place would come to the Chameleon Club to see these shows. And then like once that thing kind of started to dwindle, a lot of other people wanted to book shows at the Chameleon that didn't necessarily have as big of a following, and they were like all this weird shit was happening that I don't really like know enough about to super comment on.
Okay.
But yeah, it just seemed like there was like, a big fall off all of a sudden.
Maybe it's just because the people they were. I actually have no idea either. But if I had to insinuate or say anything, it probably has to do with that. The people that they were having come on just don't have that big of a following, which doesn't sell tickets, which means you can't pay for your venue space.
Right.
And with the whole coronavirus thing.
Oh yeah, I mean that's super
everything.
recently. That's the coronavirus has fucked up pretty much like all live music.
Yeah. We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Slowly. I wonder if there's going to be like another place or another company to take over that venue. And
hopefully. The band broke up, I don't know, probably like 2 or 3 years after we got together. Classic shit. People move apart, whatever.
Yeah.
I started getting into DJing, and I was doing my own shows at like colleges and shit, and I was probably like 15 or 16-ish around this time. And I was like booking my own stuff. I rented out a couple places at the time period. There was a lot of people renting out fire halls and like doing their own shows and shit like that. Okay. So I kind of got into that just a little bit at the tail end, unfortunately, when people were starting to like.
When you say renting out fire halls, do you mean like you were like doing baby showers and shit?
No. So like you'd go to like a fire hall. Which basically at that time was just an empty space that you could rent out.
Yeah.
Or like a conference room or whatever. You'd talk to them and be like, hey, how much can I rent this out for an evening or whatever. They give you a number, you pay for it, and then you can just do whatever you want. So we were throwing like little mini raves and shit, essentially. It was a whole bunch of under 18-year-old people like me that didn't really have like, we couldn't go to clubs yet. You know what I mean? And like you could go to Rick's place.
It's like Rick's place kind of stuff.
Yeah. So like we were doing that whole thing. I partnered up with this dude, Sawyer Klein, and we started Rock 10. And Rock 10 was like a DJ group. We would play all like house music. We got involved with promoting with this company out in Philly called House of Hearts.
Okay.
And we were doing stuff, basically doing that whole thing for a while. And then I was like, playing other people's music is cool, but wouldn't it be so cool if we could like play our own music? You know what I mean? So like, let's figure out how to like produce and how to make beats and like how to make electronic music. And in the process of doing that, I also started recording. And as you guys know, I'm sure, like, if you want to record and you don't have a giant ass space and you can't do a band necessarily, like, who can you record? Vocalists. And like, who are vocalists that want to primarily record all the time? Like rappers and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I was already trying to figure out how to make music, and I started engineering for a couple local rappers, and the two things just kind of like went hand in hand. I started making hip hop beats and started engineering with rappers more, and then, that was 8 years ago. So
kind of just fell into your lap that hip hop is the genre that you're kind of mainstreaming. Would you say that you're kind of mainstreaming hip hop right now?
It's definitely like what I've been doing a lot of lately. I've been kind of moving around in like the R&B space as well. But I mean, I love like old school hip hop and shit. That's like, when I'm not here, that's like what I listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, all right. Name some artists. Who do you listen to? Who would you kick it back with?
I've been listening to a lot of Big L lately.
Okay.
Who doesn't necessarily age well. A lot of homophobia in his bars.
All right.
But yeah, Big L and like Big Crit.
Okay.
A lot of bigs. Big Pun.
Big Sean.
No, not so much.
You don't like any of the new school?
New stuff?
Yeah, well, I guess like
Big Crit's new.
No, yeah.
He's not that old. He's like in his 20s.
Big Crit?
Yeah, but he's been putting out music
really?
for a while.
Yeah, I thought he was like more, maybe just his flow or whatever.
No, yeah, he has a like.
I don't really
soul.
know much about like artists.
The artists themselves.
I just know he.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he works like with this one singer I know, L.A.
Okay.
So like they associate a lot. So like I just assume they're in the same age group.
Oh, shit, maybe.
I assume.
I don't know.
You're right. He could be older, but
yeah.
He has a way older soul.
I've listened to his music, so it's kind of just like.
Yeah,
I feel like it sounds like, not to say up to date, but you know, but in the times, of where rap is right now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, new school stuff. I don't know. I like it's like a cop out, but like I fuck with like Joey Badass super hard, but that's also like kind of old school mentality, like
he has
like bars for bars. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you like more of the like the NY East Coast?
Yeah,
sound.
I like. Not to knock anything or whatever. I know there's definitely some artists out there that have like a lot to say that put that over like more modern production.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of like storytelling and shit.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like
that makes sense.
So like Immortal Technique.
Yeah, I fuck with Immortal Technique or like Vinny Paz, like Jedi Mind Tricks and shit.
Yeah. Cool.
What about Hobson?
So I like, and I don't want to say that I'm not like knocking any artist or whatever. All music is subjective. We all understand that, right? But I think he's just a little much for me.
Hobson?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, when he first started, like the Ill Minds.
Yeah.
Those were definitely like really like.
Yeah.
I remember the Tyler. Did you ever see the Tyler Creator he did?
No.
It was actually pretty funny.
Oh, actually, yeah, I did.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I like Tyler though too.
Yeah. So do I. I do I. But I mean, you know, it's at the end of the day, it's a sport. So I like seeing jabs.
Right.
But all right. So what about like Joyner Lucas? I'd say.
Yeah,
Joyner
I'll
Lucas.
fuck with him.
Okay.
Heavy. Yeah. Like, I feel like he's got, like, bangers, but he also has a lot to say.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where, like, some other artists, like, have a lot to say, and it's maybe not as much modern production.
Yeah.
Modern production, to me, these days, mostly is just, like, fat 808s and, like, hi-hats. Like, that's, to like, not to knock it, but that's kind of, like, that's what, like, that
new
is.
trap music sounds like.
Yeah.
Sidebar, how do you feel about Joyner Lucas?
I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan, but it is what it is. I just don't think you have to rap fast.
He doesn't like him.
No?
He doesn't
I don't.
When I first heard him, I didn't know.
I think he has one antic, and it's to create a story.
Yeah.
And paint a picture.
Yeah.
But it usually latches on to whatever society deems to be like appropriate. So like if it's like a Black Lives Matter thing, he'll rap about that and he'll come up off of that.
True,
and he won't actually like he can't make a song to save his life to become a hit, but he'll latch onto a modern movement to kind of blow
like
up.
More of like a marketing strategy.
He'll use like culture to kind of like blow up for a song, and he just done that multiple times. So, especially when it comes to like what was the one he did? I
was like, someone died and he made a song right after.
Yeah,
he's like in the church.
He'll capitalize off of the fact that something culturally is happening,
right?
And it's like gaining real big steam,
right?
That's the only real knock I have against him.
No, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say when I first saw or heard of him, it was the "I'm Not Racist" video.
Yeah,
and I didn't know who he was or what he looked like, and I thought he was the white dude saying all the super racist shit. And I was like, "Yo, this is like
a funny
like video being like I'm not racist," and it's this guy saying all this like really fucked up shit. And I was like, "Fuck this song," and I stopped watching it. And then like somebody brought it up and they're like, "Yo, you gotta check out this video. It's fucking crazy." And I was like, "Nah, like fuck that dude. Like all this shit. Like it's the most racist bullshit I ever heard. Whatever."
Yeah.
But then obviously like I actually listened to the whole song and was like, "Oh, okay. Like it's not that dude."
Yeah. Once you figure out what's happening, you're just kind of like, all right, man. Nah, but he's not bad at rapping. It's just, I don't think he has a. I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm just,
go for it.
You're just looking at me like super intensely.
I'm just making eye contact. I'm in interviewer mode, man.
I got you.
Go for it.
I'm in interviewer mode. So, locally, you've worked with a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in particular that you would say you've had like a great chemistry with? You know, like it's someone that you've.
I mean, I don't that like.
Not to say you favor, but you know, like what's one like like yo, bro, like we have a great you just know you guys make great music together.
I'd say honestly, like pretty much everyone that I work with, I have a good chemistry with. I've been blessed to be able to kind of like decide who I want to work with right now.
Okay.
So if shit like isn't going well, like I don't want to work with them. You know what I mean? Because like there's plenty of engineers and there's plenty of studios in the city, and just in general. Yeah. And like I don't, not to say like if we don't hit it off like right away, but like we're making art here. You know what I mean? We're not like, I don't know, building houses or whatever the fuck. There's no like really great comparison to that.
Yeah.
But like if there's no vibe, like I feel like it's a disservice to the artist. You know what I mean? Like there's obviously like hiccups and bumps and like stuff goes wrong in sessions and shit, but you got to figure it out or whatever. But I've had a really, really good, run so far. Like everyone that I've worked with has been like super cool and like, you know, the chemistry's good and whatnot.
So let's pick up from where you started doing hip hop.
Yeah.
And you started working out of, where'd you actually start producing and
where? Like location wise?
Time and location, sure.
Yeah,
when did it start like kind of popping for you?
So like 2012, I graduated from high school and was doing the DJing stuff. So like 2013 is when the guy I mentioned, Sawyer Klein, and I kind of like went our separate ways. He was the guy that I started Rock 10 with.
Okay.
Big shout out to him. Like we don't really talk to each other anymore. I have no idea where he is, and like no one really knows where he is. And I use every opportunity I can on any podcast to be like, if you know who Sawyer Klein is or you know where he is, like tell him to call me. Like I'll worry about that dude like all the fucking time.
Just
like,
make sure you're alive.
Yeah, he just like disappeared.
Yeah, this story definitely took a turn.
Yeah,
that's
so,
very
like,
music industry-ish though.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean on everybody.
Yeah, he just
disappeared.
He was gone one day.
Like the Avatar, my man. So when he needed it most.
But yeah, so I was like probably 18, 19. I purchased a interface, and I had one of these mics actually, an SM57.
Okay.
Or a 58. I always get confused. One of them has the ball mic on it, and the other one, I know if I move this, it'll fucking sound like shit. It's a 57 or a 58.
Yeah.
And I was in my mom's basement, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna have a fucking studio here. So I like hung up some moving blankets and like pillows and like put a bunch of clothes together to try to make like a booth. Put a sock over the microphone and shit.
Yeah.
And just like kind of went out.
Some real hustle and flow.
Yeah. It was like I was going to parties and like fucking. I used to beatbox a whole lot.
Oh, for real?
Don't ask me to do it. I won't.
Okay.
You won't incorporate it into your beats right now.
Nah, it's like
that's good.
I could. I mean, maybe.
That's
maybe
surprising
I'll do that later.
for your old school. Like,
could you like
Yeah.
when you beatbox? Were you like that deep? Like the people who do like the.
I can hum and make the like. I can make a melody and a beat at the same time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm not like real good.
Okay. No. I'll say like you're like I've seen guys do like the dubstep beatbox.
No, I can't do that
fucking
shit.
Nuts.
I can't do that
like,
shit.
Breath control for that one.
Yeah. I smoke too much to do that shit. But yeah, so I was doing stuff in my.
Motors. Yeah, you sound like home motors. I'm like, how did you do that? Like,
yeah,
like,
I could do
frogs,
I could do like a decent kick drum, maybe, and like a hi hat, and then like a shitty like hum melody in the background. But I was doing that at like pop parties and shit all the time, and then I had all these connections from people that were throwing like music events from when I was DJing. So I'd just go to like college parties and shit and be like, hey, you want to like record music, you know? And to me at the time, like college parties were like this thing because like I didn't go to college and I was too young to like go out to bars and shit. So that was like kind of like my entry to like, you know, like artists that were like mingling and whatnot.
Right.
And I just kind of did that for a little bit and recorded some stuff that, you know, maybe I could actually like do this.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Nice. So then what made you move into this studio spot?
It's funny.
Like that was all at home.
Yeah.
When did you transition from out of home?
So yeah, I went actually from between here and there. I was working out of this back office at a warehouse, where actually I did this project for Justin Taylor. It was called "Please Excuse My Dope Ass Swag."
Okay.
And that project introduced me to Akeem Maurice, who then was like my first actual client when I moved here. And I actually used to be in the room across the hall from you guys.
Right.
But what brought me here was I was trying to find a space that wasn't a lot of money that I could like make a proper vocal booth in. And I saw this address popped up. Now, funny story, back back in like 2007.
Did you literally just Google that? Like,
well, no,
small office space.
Yeah, I looked up like.
When you say this address popped up, like,
that's what you do though.
Yeah,
You're
it was
just
on like Zillow
Google.
and like some other shit like like warehouse space or like studio space.
I need a room.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I looked at. I remember going to some house in like Elizabethtown and being like. I'm gonna rent this house out and turn it into a studio, and like that'll be a good idea. But I was like, I didn't really have a lot of money, and like, it was a bad decision, right? So I kept looking, and this address popped up, 417 West Grand Street, and I was like, holy shit, that address means something to me. I can't remember why. So funny story. We go back to 2007, 2008. I was with that metal band. I recorded an album in this building with Century Studios, which is now where Triforce Studios is. Okay. And that's like the first time I was ever in a studio, and I like kind of fell in love. Put the idea in the back of my head of like maybe I could do studio stuff someday or whatever. And then obviously the whole story I told you. Right. So I come here, and all these rooms are here. When I was here back in 2007, 2008, all of these. This was all just empty space. There was just the studio down the hall, and then all this was nothing. There was the bathroom and whatever. So I see that there's all these rooms up here, and I was like, holy shit, like, isn't that so neat? Like, I fell in love with recording in this building, and now there's a space available.
Comes full circle.
Yeah, I was like, yo, fucking, I'm sold. You know what I mean? Excuse me. So I was in that room for, I think, 3 years. And then the guy that was renting out the big studio down the hall moved out, and Triforce, that's in my current room, moved over there, and that room was up, and it was only like a little bit more expensive. So I was like, "Yo, like, let me grab that," and then
the rest is history.
Yeah, here we are. You know,
nice. That's awesome. Cool. What do you got?
Oh, as far as like topics?
No.
I was like, you had to be more specific.
What else do you need to know about Byron?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, well, you had to be more specific. I'm like, yo, like, you put a lot of pressure on me with that question. Like, hold on, where are we? Like, where are we with this? Like, that's a good one.
I don't know. So how are you liking the space right now? Are you getting a lot of clients right now?
Yeah.
Still making it work during COVID?
Yeah. The first, like, when the shutdown happened, I closed. I was like, fuck this. It's not worth the risk. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Of exposing yourself, right?
Yeah, like, fuck all that, whatever. And then as businesses started to, like, open up or whatever, I realized, you know, I'm screwed here. Like, I need to keep recording. I need to figure out a way to do it. And thankfully, like, the way my studio is set up, there's, like, the control room and then the booths down the hall. So I just told people, like, if you're going to come, like, don't bring any of your friends. You know what I mean? Just come, like, if you're recording. And then I would just have all the conversations would be over the talkback. They wouldn't even come into the actual thing.
Sick.
You just go to the booth, and then once the session's over, like, I'll email you everything, whatever. Yeah. If you have any comments, like, they can hear the mix. So, like, we'll work through it together. And then when they would leave, I would go in and, like, clean the microphone and, like, clean the fucking pop filters and shit. And I would schedule things that were, like, 24 hours apart. So to, like, because I don't, you know, at this point, and still now when we're recording this, like, I don't think we have a definitive answer on, like, what's all good with the virus and shit. So I was like, I heard that it doesn't stay on surfaces for more than 24 hours or whatever.
Right.
So we were doing that, and thankfully, you know, no one's gotten sick. No one's had any problems or whatever, you know. And then, like, within the last couple of weeks, I've kind of lowered some of my restraints a little bit. Still cleaning everything, still sanitizing things, you know, but just kind of allowing more people to come through too if they want to. Yeah. Not doing anything like super fucking irresponsible. Yeah. But, you know, definitely I'm not like as scared as I was before.
Yeah, it was terrifying at first. Yeah. Do you have anything coming out pretty soon? I know you just talked to me behind the scenes about releasing a beat pack. Yeah, we got for artists that listen to this. Where can they go find that?
Bro, chill, you're spilling mad tea right now. So behind the scenes, I was like, that's tea right there.
we got beats up at rock10productions.com. That's ROK and then the number 10. We just put out a beat pack called the Strap Pack. Okay. It's all kind of like gritty, more aggressive, minor key wise hip hop beats and like kind of trap beats and whatnot.
If you could relate them to like to artists, usually like who would you see as far as like the the type of artist that you think would flourish on those type of songs?
Probably more like of the mainstream not local, or local too, but more the mainstream, like kind of harder.
When you say gritty, is it more like right now? I would say New York drill is a very popular,
somewhat similar to that.
Okay.
I'd say it's I kind of whenever I make music or any beats or anything like that, I think of it as like the mood that it makes me feel, and like all those beats I made when I was like angry as fuck. Okay. They're all like angry beats. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like somebody could totally put a love song on one of them, but I wouldn't imagine they would. You know what I mean?
YNW Melly could do it.
You know,
I believe
maybe.
So yeah, we just put that out. It's on the website, and there's also a separate link if you want to buy the whole pack by itself. It's 25 beats for $150, all non-exclusive releases. It's doing pretty good so far. And
cool.
Then we have the Soul Foods pack, which is another 25 beats, and that's all like boom bap, like super chill vibe stuff.
Do you get a lot of clients for boom baps, like old school?
The beats,
as opposed to the gritty.
New school.
It's like
with like the clientele that you have right now, are they trying to move more and like adjust to the modern times of music?
Most people that like I sell beats to aren't here.
Oh, okay.
Most of it's all just like online sales. And then I always tell people to like send me your project like whenever it's done so I can promote it or like shout it out or whatever.
Does that happen?
Yeah, sometimes, but a lot of times people don't like write back. Even when they get like exclusives and shit, like and they'll spend like some good money with me. Like I'm like,
hey man,
yeah, like I want to hear it. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a real guy.
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I mean, people definitely send stuff out sometimes. But yeah, most of the beat stuff. I mean, I sell beats to some artists that I work with, but like if you're just looking at it from a numbers perspective, most of it's people that are out and who the fuck knows? I don't know where they're at.
Probably New York or something.
Yeah, New York, Philly.
How do you feel about the UK drill movement?
I think it's cool.
You're not a fan, like you personally.
I think it's cool.
Like, how do you feel about how do you feel about drill? Like, I would definitely say drill. Like start.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like
do you gravitate to making? So let's say you hear like let's say like there's like a movement of beats that's kind of coming in. Like I mentioned UK drill because that's not very traditional. If you come from boom bap, it's really different.
Right.
Do you adjust usually? Like you're like, oh well, this is the market right now, so I'm gonna go do this instead of just staying to myself.
Fuck, man, this is like it's a question that I battle with like constantly.
Okay.
Like, do I make beats that I know are going to be more likely to sell because they follow this characteristic that is popular and it's what a lot of people are doing right now, or do I make shit that like I know that I love and like if it sells, it sells. Who cares? I'm still putting out the music that is true to my heart or whatever.
As you should.
I do both.
Okay.
And then with the beats that like I know are like, there's nothing that I've ever put out that I didn't like. You know what I mean? Like I can't wrap my mind around that world or whatever.
Okay.
So like what I'll do is like if there's a track that I know is like I start something, I'm like, all right, this is going to clearly go in like this direction, and it's going to be maybe more modern whatever. If it's drill, if it's like trap, or it's whatever. I'll just like do really fucking weird shit on that track to make me like feel justified in like putting it out. You know what I mean? Like I'll take like I'll do some weird sound design shit and like grab I made this like strange box that is all these like springs and shit on an ammo can, and you can do like real creepy sound design stuff. We're all spent hours making a synth and then just use it to fucking do some weird shit or whatever. So I still have like in my soul, it's like I put my artistic element on this song that to most people is just going to sound like your run-of-the-mill popular these days tracks. And then I can still put out the stuff that's like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I just did a project. I'm not going to say the name of the artist that it's for because he hasn't released it yet, and it's super fucking strange. But it's like we did a lot of Foley work with like stomping and shit and like marching to make like marching music, and it's like a medieval themed like Lord of the Rings style.
I think you were showing me a couple beats like that. Yeah,
it's fucking like I've never heard anything like it before.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that shit, I love that. You know what I mean? But then like putting like a fat 808 with some fucking hi-hats, like everybody loves that shit. You know what I mean? So like, it's kind of like a a balance.
Well, that's done. Well, I said when you guys put that out, please let me know. I definitely want to hear
what
it sounds like.
The lyrics are crazy too. Like we're talking about maybe like filming something at like the Renaissance Fair and shit for it. Like we need like castles and like
there you go,
dragons and stuff.
I'm sure you won't be able to. It probably won't be difficult to get a cast, like a whole crew to.
You know how many castles there are around here?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a prison right up the
prison.
street.
Yeah, right.
The prison's right there.
True. Yeah. Or like the castle
Get
skating rink or some shit. Yeah, but it's the balance, man.
So
it's hard though.
Tell us more about the your podcast then.
Yeah. So Earspace comes out every Monday. Mm-hmm. We interview random people that I run into. Lately, it's been a lot of artists.
They're just like, hey, come on my show.
Yeah, that's what it started out as, and then obviously like running a recording studio, I interact with a lot of artists and people that are affiliated with music. So it's kind of easier to just like be like, hey, you have a project coming out soon,
or
like
come on interview
the show.
Style, a promotion,
kind of
thing.
It's pretty relaxed. Like I'd like to think that it's a lot like this, where it's kind of like we're just having a conversation.
It's chill.
But I definitely have some like real weird questions that I like to ask people. Like, I'm not gonna say what they are. You'll hear them then here soon. But I like to really like jump. I like to really like go deep into people's like brains and shit, and try to like get to know people as fast as I can.
Okay.
By asking them like extremely personal questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can handle that.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see if Eddie can.
Like I've had some like really
really
deep conversations.
All right, cool.
But yeah, it comes out every Monday. This is coming out what, tomorrow?
Today's Sunday, yeah.
Today's Sunday. So tomorrow we got D Burna.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, for the personal, now that you said personal question, I'm very intrigued by the people that you you say D Burn. I don't really know him, but if you're asking personal questions,
I don't know him personally either. I saw a rap battle of his where he battled Emmy J.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's like the only, like
I've heard that name before. Yeah. That was. Yeah.
I think it was filmed by Maggie.
Yeah. Shout out Maggie Rudisil.
Yeah.
Check out the Rock 10 Cypher shot by Maggie Rudisil. We did that like 3 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
It's dope.
Nice.
You got Laddie Moran on it.
Okay.
Choreo, Willow Kid, JT Early. That's it.
Cool.
I want to make sure I'm not... Yeah, I think that was it. There's nobody else on the song.
All right. So do you like doing cypher stuff like that? My preference I personally love doing ciphers.
Yeah.
Ciphers are like, that's like the most natural way of getting hip hop.
Yes.
And it's like my favorite way.
Me too.
Like if you're not like in a cipher studio session and you have multiple artists together, that's you get the competitive nature.
Yeah.
You get everything right then and there. You get the rawest form of that artist.
Yeah.
You know what
I dig it. No, I agree with you 100%.
You know what I think is like poor sportsmanship though when it comes to that sense? Is like the whole changing your verse thing. Like I feel like all verses need to stand as
That's different.
is.
That's not like, I don't know. Did you have to change a lot of verses for ciphers?
No.
You kind of just take it in.
Well, we had kind of like a central theme at the time.
Okay.
It was like right before the 2016 election, and I was like, hey, like let's do a cipher where everyone kind of speaks on
what's happening
right now. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm gonna yeah.
Okay.
I imagine that's like, is that currently happening to you right now?
With what? Doing another one?
Yeah.
I want to do another one.
Okay.
Yeah, I have talking to a couple people about doing it, but I want to do it with different people. Have some of the same people that were on the other one, but since then I've met a bunch more people that I think would like fit more on stuff, and kind of with like the storytelling, like the love of that. Like I would love to do some like, rap about whatever you want, but if we could try to like say some impactful shit or whatever. Like
as far as like
cool.
what's going on.
Yeah, like I just did a song with Soul True. That's just came out. It's called Session 1 or Guilt Trip, where like he like talks about some like really serious shit. Like I can't really like recall each of the bars because it's not my song or whatever. But like, I mean, I heard the song like 10 million times when we were working on it.
Right.
But it's like music with substance, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely am interested in doing like a cipher, including him and some other people that I worked with in the past.
Cool.
Sometime soon. But one thing that I'm trying to do right now that is increasingly a fucking problem is I'm trying to do like the idea of a cipher, but with singers, to have like multiple singers on one song. But it's like mad weird
It's
like structurally, like everyone loves each other and like whatever. Like there's no bad blood about it. But like we recorded a song and it was like, this sounds strange. You know what I mean?
I always think about it like if you're a singer, you're probably on the hook of a song if it's like a hip hop song.
Yeah.
And having multiple hooks, different types of hooks, doesn't really sound.
Well, this would be just like a straight like R&B song, for example, or like
that sounds tough. If you execute
just
that, let me know.
something.
I would love to hear that.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're currently trying to figure it out how to do it. Yeah. There's like 3 singers, female vocalists that all are really good friends that we've made some interesting music with separately. That all want to work together, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it work right now.
Yeah, nice.
But it's strange to have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rappers on one song. It's easy. It makes sense structurally. Yeah. But then you have like different vocalists with different styles and different ranges and different whatever.
Yeah, it's
strange, but like I think it's possible somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just got to figure out how to do it. But yeah, I
love the optimism, bro. They say, yo, there's a way.
If there's a will, there's a way.
There's a will, there's a way.
Hell yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
So where can we find your podcast at?
It's on all podcast platforms, I think that's what they say.
Sure.
Streaming
DSPs,
services.
Yeah,
just look up Earspace Podcast, or you could Google Earspace Podcast. It's on a bunch of random shit will pop up.
Cool. And you're coming up on you said you were coming up on your 70th episode?
Yeah, tomorrow, 70th episode.
Nice. That's a long way.
Well, it's weird because we started in 2018. I used to do seasons. I would do 10 episodes, and then I would wait like 6 months or whatever, and then do 10 more episodes.
Okay.
And then 6 months ago or something like that, I was like, fuck that. I'm just going to start doing like 1 episode every week.
Okay.
So if I did 1 episode every week since 2018, I would have a lot more episodes.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
That's still a good stretch.
Yeah,
Consistency
70.
is the name of the game. Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
Dope. You got anything else for him?
Off the top of my head. Not off the top of my head. I'm trying to soak in the conversation, man. I gotta have the bullet loaded in the chamber ready.
Yeah, I mean, if you got anything else you want to promote, I think I have everything I need to know, business-wise. I guess we didn't really get into who the hell Byron is, other than like the music side.
Yeah, man. Let's get some personal questions out of Byron.
Let me know, man. What's up?
All right, man. So you're born and raised in Lancaster.
Correct. I was born in Lidditz.
Okay.
Which to me, like, it's like Lancaster County. Isn't Lidditz like in Lancaster County?
Yeah.
I feel like
so. Yes. The answer is yes.
We absorb every outside city. I'm talking New York, Ephrata, Harrisburg. Yeah. You got Reading, all boroughs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the township county things always fucked me up. But yeah, I was born in Lidditz. Grew up in Lancaster.
Cool. You go to school around here?
Yeah, I went to Hempfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
I don't know. I didn't really like hang out with a lot of kids that I went to school with.
Oh, okay.
I was always kind of like no, I was the kind of like the complete opposite of that. Like,
so you were
I like to think it was like more of like a clique surfer.
Oh.
I would like go around and like hang out with different groups of people and then introduce different people together, and then like I got bored of that at one school, so I'd go start hanging out with these people, and then just like I was always like a real big fan of like introducing people to different people, and always for the most part hanging out with older kids, like because people my age for the most part were like boring and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I don't think I've ever like fucked a girl that was my age. They were always older than me and shit, you know? Because like I can't have like interesting conversations with like dumb chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to talk about like philosophy and shit. You know?
Yo, facts.
So, but don't use that as a weird sound clip. That's like I've never fucked a girl that was my own age. You know what I mean?
Yo,
you gotta make sure they know that
it's the next clip.
Only older than me.
It's the next soundbite.
Yeah. Right. Please, I shouldn't have said that shit. Fuck. I know how you can edit audio and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
But yeah, no, I just chilled like with everybody, you know.
My man's you ever watch Much Dank? You ever watch Much Dank?
No.
Okay, it's pretty much he's I don't know if it's like a group or whatever, but this guy he makes these YouTube videos where he takes like interviews about by like famous artists, whether it be like the Breakfast Club, you know, anywhere, and he just chops it up and like just into a comedy, you know, like completely out of context.
Right,
but the way he chops it up is just so good, and obviously that's where he's inspired.
I'm not going to do that to you.
Please don't. Please
I'm not going to make a mockery out of you. That would be fucking insane.
We should do that.
Be a bummer.
Like a behind the scenes Much Dank version of our episodes.
Yeah, like a Andre the Andre show kind of thing.
Yeah.
Make it
where
real
we,
fucking
where we just
freaky.
slaughter our own show. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that.
It's gonna be
probably.
the Almanac spin-off.
It's actually kind of crazy. A lot of people don't like, expect that
Yeah.
like interview to go the way it's supposed to. Like
Yeah.
they think. I
ever
would
hear
hate
of,
to do that shit.
Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah.
Adobe made this software that never actually was released for who knows why, but it was basically like an audio editing tool that would have ruined like the world. You can look it up. I forget exactly what it was called, but basically what you would do is you just needed like 2 or 3 hours worth of somebody talking, and then you could type whatever, and it would speak it in their voice.
That's scary.
And you combine that with like deep fakes and shit.
Yeah,
like you could have
I wouldn't even
whoever
need
saying
you here.
what
I'd just interview you.
Not even say whatever.
I know.
Say whatever.
Yeah.
Like what? You did what, Byron?
Yeah, creepy, right?
Yeah, I
Damn.
totally did it.
I'm gonna have to.
That's the thing, yo. You know how many people would go down for crimes? Like, yeah, I did it.
Oh, yeah, you know
we
how
have,
many,
we have
like-
you on tape,
Dude, you could Star
you could set
Wars
licks
and
like
shit.
that. You could see, like, you literally set so many
You
people
start
out.
some real beef with that.
So many. That definitely would have ruined the world.
That'd be scary.
You
So
could-
they didn't release it because
I don't know.
they
Like
felt-
it
they
lost
felt
all
the
its
power at
funding and
fingertips
shit.
and they were,
And
like,
I think
too
people
strong.
got scared and were like, we don't want this to like exist. You
well,
know
that's
what I mean?
good for them. At least
Yo,
they have the integrity for not release that shit.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can find it though.
It says a lot about
tried.
you. If you
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, yo, it'd be mad fun to like use like whoever's voice, like saying something in a song or some shit like
yeah,
that.
that's
You know?
true.
Wow.
Or like ruin someone's life, you know?
Could you really could?
Yeah. This shit got dark.
Yeah.
Dark vibes.
Oh fuck. Yeah. So how do you feel about the podcast scene in Lancaster City right now?
I think this is dope that you guys have a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to some of your episodes. Otherwise, that I'm not really too familiar with too many other podcasts.
Okay.
I know that there's like TCP does a whole lot of really good stuff.
That sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, like the TCP network, they have like a whole bunch of different. Sorry, there's fly.
Yeah, there's.
They have like a whole bunch of different shows like on their podcast network.
Oh, really?
And they do like a lot of news stuff and like coverage of like stuff that's going on in Lancaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
But otherwise, I'm not super familiar with too many other podcasts.
Ones that at
That's-
least like kick it back.
Actually, Weird and Woke, I had those guys on the podcast. They do like a conspiracy show.
Oh, cool.
Where they talk about like conspiracy
Conspiracy makes
theories
They
and
do the
shit.
numbers, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's what Eddie's
Flat
been
Earth,
trying to do.
man.
He's-
Flat Earth,
You
man.
believe in the flat Earth?
I'm an open-minded person.
Okay.
I'm not a flat Earth person. I'm an
Yeah, yeah.
open-minded person.
My only question is to
I'm-
anyone
me,
that
I'm like
believes
in
in
the
flat
dark.
Earth.
This guy came into my house one day talking that shit, and I had to shut him down.
Nah.
But he just
He
kept
didn't-
going.
Covering up that the Earth is flat.
I mean,
What's
that's
the-
like that. That's like saying like there's some people that have enough money to like end world hunger and like why don't they? Like you could just be a good person and feel me, but like the thing
But-
is-
That's the argument.
that's my argument.
Nah, what's the most recent news that's been
Because
coming out?
people like
about,
how you like it's crazy.
flat
Like do you
earthers?
want like it's like. I mean, you could say it's a greedy world, but like if you're looking for like human progression, like obviously like people, you need people alive. You like that kid that's dying in some third world country could honestly be one of the smartest people you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like why? What does that have to do with the Earth being flat?
He's trying to just.
he deflected.
No.
Deflected the
Because I'm
shit out of
saying
that.
like because it's like. Look, one of the theories is like, see, I had to go into it. Now I had to go into it. You want
I'm
me to-
interested.
Okay, because see, like, there's this guy who went and he went to the South Pole,
Yes.
and they're like, so like only there's parts of the South Pole that haven't been explored yet. I mean, like the
Yeah, for sure.
So
Because it's dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, it's like way too cold.
okay, so wait, can you hear this out? It's dangerous as fuck, but like we're going to fucking outer space. Like you won't explore the whole
Are you
planet.
gonna go like hollow Earth theory on me?
I go a lot of things. Cause think about it, like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
like with the ocean, like a lot of that hasn't been explored. Like
True.
So like and like on top of that, there was a shark, a 2000 BC shark that was alive like a year or two ago, found alive swimming through the waters of Portugal.
No
like
shit.
shit's still going on, and then
Yeah.
on top of that, like aliens just got exposed.
I know.
Like I'm not playing. Like y'all
No
can't
one's
tell me
talking about
nothing.
that shit.
You
Yeah,
can't
but
tell
no-
me
this
nothing.
doesn't
No one's
Like-
talking about the alien shit,
No,
which
but I'm
is
saying there's
geeking
just,
me out.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like I'm already like
You mean like the-
you're already striking out on a lot of things,
Right.
So it's like I'm already like you're losing like everything that I know now is losing credibility,
Right. I get that.
So
I get
Earth
that.
is just flat then.
How do
So you're
I
saying,
know?
like, yeah.
Like, how do you know? Did you see it? Like,
If you didn't see it, it doesn't exist.
If you didn't see it, it doesn't
Flat
exist.
Earthers-
How do you know that if I'm actually here right now?
Flat Earther.
Or how do you know that I exist and I'm not just a figment of your imagination?
Because I can touch you.
But like, can you?
Yeah,
Or is
the camera's watching. Like, you're gonna pop
no,
up on
I
the
know.
camera.
But I'm saying,
I'm not
like,
retarded.
no. But I'm saying, like, here, like my arm's right here, right? Like,
Okay.
touch my arm, whatever. How do you know that, like, you actually just touched my arm?
I felt it.
But how do you know what your feelings are?
Oh my fuck.
How do I know what my feelings are?
Like, how do you know that, like, this is actually like solid and shit? Like, it's your perception. So if you want to start questioning everything, you end up getting in this like really fucked up rabbit hole where like if
Rabbit?
you don't even know like
Let's
what
go to the
anything
house
is, you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm not a fucking scientist, but I know that like,
But I can prove this is solid. I'll be like, yo, this
like
is hard.
we think
is
it's
hard.
like solid and shit, right?
Yeah, this is hard. I can't prove that the Earth is round, but you can't prove it either. You just have a picture.
No, I know.
Look at the way
I
he's
don't
looking at the
know.
desk. He's questioning
like-
himself now. He's like, is
Me?
no, him.
Oh,
Nah, like,
he's in the rabbit hole.
like you ever watch like The Matrix and shit? Like, it's all like real convincing, right? Like the steak
Yeah.
tastes like steak, but the steak's not really there. So like,
So
what
we're
if
in
this
the Matrix?
table's not really here? Or what if I'm not really here, man?
I'm not.
I don't know. I can't prove it. So like, fucking, what's
not-
the point of anything?
I'm not holding.
What's
any-
the point of being alive? What is life? What is all of it?
Do you
See,
believe in like the most recent flat earther news?
Huh?
That Australia doesn't exist?
Who the fuck said
Australia's
that?
boost?
How does that? Who said that?
Yo,
Flat earthers.
No,
my
that's
cousin
not,
lives in
that's not true
Australia.
because Kyrie Irving is from Australia.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
flat earther.
Oh shit.
He's from Melbourne, Australia.
Dude, I got family that lives in Australia.
I'm saying, like, I'm like, who
Flat
said that?
earthers
Maybe
right
they
now
don't- maybe
are
they're not
saying
real.
Australia does not exist.
I don't know. But hey, I'm not trying to like knock you as a person or whatever.
I'm not-
like,
but I'm not-
I say believe whatever
See,
you want.
I'll
you
not-
know?
but see, people.
I have no problem
I don't
with
give a shit. What you think?
I don't give a fuck.
I was saying, I'm not knock. It's more like I said, I'm just an open-minded person.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no, I get that.
I've listened to the facts, and I'm like, they have a solid argument. I think they have a solid argument.
Yeah.
Name three
I disagree
right
with
now.
you on that, but like I respect everyone's opinion, like unless it's like physically hurting.
It's just
me.
a study. It's a
You know what I'm
study.
saying?
I think you've brought up everything but actual facts about flat Earth.
What do you mean?
Just
do you have
now.
any like
I don't have like I don't brush up on it. Like it's just like something I looked into.
It's just
once.
something you believe in.
do you have any like articles that you could like cite?
Yo, listen, I'd love to come back like a week later.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll research some shit for you.
Yeah.
And then come back to you, and then we can go through it together. And then we can all open
I've
our
already-
third eyes.
I've heard hours and hours worth of this already.
So you've watched it. You've looked into.
You've
this.
made me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
remember,
showed you.
we're
I showed
watch-
you a video of a rocket crashing into the sky.
You're watching multiple videos that day.
And you
Wait,
could-
the rocket crashed into what, like the dome or
The
whatever?
yeah,
dome,
the
yeah.
dome, man. It was in Australia.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
But Australia, I thought Australia
They
can't
shot.
exist.
They shot. I didn't say that. I'm not a
Oh
flat.
no, right.
I was like, but it doesn't make sense because the only flat Earth theory person I really knew was Kyrie Irving. That's like really what opened up the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's when, and then I met my cousin, and then
Yeah.
he went in depth with it.
He's
And,
about it.
Yeah, he's heavy. I definitely should bring him one day.
Hey, maybe they're right, man.
Maybe.
I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna bring him.
Do
I'm
your
gonna bring
thing.
him. I'm gonna bring him.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get mad.
I know you're gonna get mad. I
I'm
know
just
you
gonna
are.
argue.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And what I was trying to say about like the desk and all that shit is like I used to fuck around with like conspiracy theories and like the idea of it like super hard. And there's definitely things that I can agree on that are like not like Epstein like totally fucking didn't kill himself. I think we can all agree on
Okay.
that. Oh, you think he did?
No.
Oh, all right. No, I mean, but like again, like everyone has different opinions on things, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But like
That's a
I used to go
whole-
so far into the conspiracy shit that it started fucking with my head, and I was like what I was saying earlier, like how do I know that like this shit's actually here? Like maybe my mind's playing tricks on me and shit.
You're kind of,
and I
you're
feel
kind of
like,
just like gaslighting yourself, kind of.
yeah, and I feel like some people like when they go really into that world, it's like everything's not real, and then therefore like who cares what I do or who I like upset or who I hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
And like
Just
that's like the
kinda-
hardcore conspiracy theorists, and they're just like dicks.
Okay. So
I don't
It's
want
kind
to
of
be a
like
dick.
like someone like Alex Jones type.
Yeah, like fuck Alex Jones. You heard it here.
So-
You heard it here.
while we're on the topic of conspiracy theories, there's the I know you like. I don't know if you've seen anything about as far as just like with the whole Save the Children movement.
Yeah,
like save our children. Yeah. Like, have you seen like that whole like with the whole Epstein case? It's just like a lot of celebrity, high profile people. that are like what's your stance on that? Like, where do you? Like, I don't know. Like how in tune
like
are you?
Human trafficking?
Yeah. I'm just saying, but as far as like these not even.
Do you expect me to have any other answers?
No,
not okay.
No, not like the stance. It's just like not like that.
I don't care about human trafficking.
No. I mean like just like the fact that there's like these people, like these high level people like they say that like the Clintons are involved.
I think there's evil people.
I'm like it's just even like Chrissy Teigen like the list of celebs goes on. It's just weird like seeing that since because they're saying like this ties back to just the music industry in general.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people say like you sell your soul in a way like to get famous or
check out fucking well I guess if they're not paying you don't want them on the podcast.
What are you talking about?
Food at like the they're saying like one of the theories is it's just that the show entertainment industry, whether it be TV shows or childhood singers like Disney Channel, like Nickelodeon, like they're saying a lot has been coming out of those child stars that are now grown coming out and saying like I've there was a person on the set that made me feel uncomfortable. There's a person on the set that did this. The director was doing this.
It doesn't surprise me. I think there's evil people in the world.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like evil people like also sometimes are in positions of power. You know what I mean? Like where they can like do more evil shit on a more grand scale. Like I'm not saying I'm cool with it at all. Obviously, it's fucking horrible, but it doesn't surprise me.
Maybe I shouldn't use the word stance. I just more so like I wanted to hear like what's your thoughts. I'm sorry.
I don't know about all that adrenochrome shit.
Yeah.
You believe in the Wayfair conspiracy at all?
That's weird, man. That's a weird one.
Because there's even like pizza shop. There's that pizza shop in DC.
The
overcharge.
Thing.
Yeah, like and they're saying like Obama had a hot dog party and hot dog was like.
I don't know. I read some of the emails and shit that they were like, I can't remember the exact quotes, but like it's all mad weird.
And I mean, I heard. I've even heard even like the Catholic Church has been.
The Catholic Church has been fucking raping people.
Yeah, but they're burnt. Like I heard they're just letting all the secrets out now.
Yeah. I mean, I
we
don't
did
know,
this,
like,
but it was never a surprise. Like the Roman Empire is built off the Catholic Church.
You ever watch the movie Spotlight?
No.
It's about you should watch that. It's actually fucking crazy.
It's about what? The Catholic Church?
Catholic Church.
Yeah, I know they've been doing some fucked up shit.
You should watch
forever.
that movie. It's like based off of true events in Boston.
Yeah.
Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But I was back to the whole like with the human trafficking and like the industry because I had seen that post. And it was about Chester Bennington and the EDM artist is it Avicii?
Yeah, Avicii.
Yeah. They both passed away. Rest in peace. Both very talented artists.
Yeah.
But the post was showcasing their music videos. Some of them old, some of them were a little more current. Like Avicii's was a lot more current.
And shit.
Huh?
Like clues.
Yeah, just clues of like shit that like would have stood out to what's pertaining today. Like how it's really like what's going on. Like it was like Avicii had a video where it was literally like a van.
I don't know, man.
He had a van filled with children in diaper, like in like underwear, just like whitey tighties, and then like
this is real.
Yeah, it's a video. You can look it up and there's just like they're in a desert. And there's just a bunch of old ass men in suits just waiting outside, and they're like, like picking, like they're like pointing, like look at that one, like
crazy,
bro.
That's
It's wild. So
I don't know, man. I mean,
and like it's just crazy, yeah. And then like,
are you just waiting for Byron to say he's all for it? Like,
no, not,
like I'm not cool with human trafficking.
I'm not saying that.
I know. You said you wanted my stance, like you wanted to hear like what my like thoughts were.
Yeah,
I don't know if all that shit's real. Like kind of to your point on like the flat earth shit or whatever, like I would assume that there are horrible things that go on because there are horrible things that go on like in the world, you know what I mean? Like am I surprised the idea that people with a lot of money that maybe are bored with doing all the other fun shit that you can do with a lot of money then get to a point where they want to do something horrible because it gets them off or something like that? No, I'm not surprised at that at all. But like, do I think that fucking Hillary Clinton or whatever is like sucking like babies like fear juices out of their spinal cords or whatever the fuck, the adrenochrome thing? Like, I don't know, man. That sounds fucking crazy to me. But
you think we're doing?
I don't know, dude.
Do you think as a society we're making a good enough effort to shut that shit down?
Nah, I mean, I think in comparison to, I don't know, like not the Stone Age. I think in comparison to like medieval times and shit, like life for your average person, even if it's fucking horrible, is like way easier than it has ever been. You know what I mean? And obviously for someone that is going through like super horrible shit, to hear that's not what I'm saying. Like everyone has like their own fucking version of what's like the worst. You know what I mean? But like there's no like in America right now, like there's no army that's like fucking like walking down the street killing people and shit. Like my grandparents on my mom's side grew up in Serbia and like dealt with like occupying like fucking forces and shit and like all that stuff, and like really instilled in me when I was younger, like unless you got soldiers knocking on your door, you know what I mean, like it's not that bad. And then you look at that compared to like when, I don't know, like Genghis Khan was around, like killing like a portion of the whole world's population and shit. And then you're like, oh fuck, like my Wi-Fi went out, and that's obviously like a way big. There's fucking horrible shit that happens now to everyone, right, and to other people, and to like some people more than others, different countries.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but I'm saying like with all that put together, it's like I don't know, man. Like I forgot my point.
Do you agree with human trafficking or not?
It's not, no.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not even that. It's just like that.
Oh no, I remember. It's like I feel like because shit is so easy in comparison to that people are like looking at things a lot more necessarily than, or like not that they have to. Like the idea that we can sit here and have a conversation about whether the Earth is flat or not, and not be like searching for food, is like a gift. You know what I mean?
Taking it for granted, basically.
Yeah. So it's like, do I think that it's a possibility that there are people of the elite or in whatever financial worlds or entertainment worlds like taking advantage of children and shit? Like 100%. I think there's evil people in the world, period.
But I'm saying with that going on, that already being like obviously a long time hidden agenda.
What do you mean?
As far as just interaction with children, because I like, and this year is the year I would say the most I've seen. Now I mean,
I just mean like, what do you mean with like hidden agenda?
Because it's like a pedophilia thing. Like I feel like there's a pedophilia movement being pushed right now.
Oh yeah,
where they're trying to legalize and just like
I'm not hip to people trying. They're trying to legalize.
I'm not asking.
There's
I didn't know that.
Of people trying to normalize pedophilia.
No shit.
And
yeah, they're basically like it's a sexuality.
Yeah, they're basically saying like, these people are sick. We should still be like, we should still treat them like humans.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it's
a sickness. It's a mental sickness.
It's like a huge underground thing that they're trying to do. Like, did you? I saw on Netflix they're trying to light up. What was the documentary called? Or I don't know if it's a movie called Cuties.
Oh yeah, I heard there was a controversy of like young girls like twerking on some Netflix thing. That Netflix like released a statement that was like, we like stand by this video or whatever the fuck, trying to like normalize young girls like being provocative or whatever.
But it's not even them. It's like even Amazon Prime, they released a documentary saying understanding the mind.
I didn't see it. You know what I mean?
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, so I can't really comment on it. But like I saw like the poster for it.
Yeah, it's not going to attract me if they're like, oh yeah, like they're showcasing.
They're trying to normalize it. You say?
It's an agenda,
like a small little society trying to be like, oh, they are human at the end of the day. We should treat them as such.
Because it's a culture, like.
And I'm not saying you have to
culture.
Go
I mean,
I mean, I guess like there's pedophiles probably like get together and kick it or whatever.
It's been a thing since in history, like with all the empires.
Yeah,
the emperors of Rome. They were all
they used to fuck like little boys. And it was like acceptable or whatever. Like what was his name?
No knowledge on that.
Yeah, one of like the OG like philosophers.
It was like seven out of 9
back in the day, way back.
It was like 7 out of 9 of them, but they were all nuts. They were all crazy.
Not like Aristotle or something, but like maybe I don't know. Did Aristotle fuck kids? I'm not sure.
They might have all did, honestly.
Probably, maybe.
That doesn't. But it all tied into the church. That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's already a thing. Like a culture, a religion, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we as like people should all like push back on that as hard as fucking possible.
Well, I think it's worse. I mean, because it's something you're seeing being pushed by like the people who have the influences,
right,
such as just like celebs who have ties to high, like more powerful connections.
So like what do we as individual citizens do to like try to push back against people that
kind of
like are, I mean, I would hope that like if it got to the point where like it was like trying to be normal, that people were like, yeah, it's okay to fuck kids. Like, we collectively, the people that are good people that disagree with that, would just like kill all those people. You know what I mean? Right. But like, how does that actually happen? Like, or whatever. You can't just like go around killing mass groups of people or whatever.
Pedophile,
you know what I mean? I have no solution or answer to that.
I think
it's
if they make it into like a prison system, the prison system kind of handles that.
Because the system's already set up like that. You see it when it comes to crimes. Even when pedophiles do get caught, they serve lighter sentences than a guy selling bud.
Yeah, right.
Like, you feel me? Like shit like that is what blows my mind. The system is set up for that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what we can do to stop pedophiles.
It's crazy that we just ended up here.
I think thinking hard about it.
I didn't know Eddie was going to come here with this agenda of trying to like stop pedophiles.
Well, no, because he brought kudos
to you.
Because conspiracy theory. So I was getting into the whole lane.
I'm fucking with you.
I don't know like what we can do besides like, I don't know, man.
Watch your kids. Watch
like
your kids.
teach your kids how to fucking do like jujitsu and like use a knife or some shit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not against you.
No, yeah, I guess that's not good. That's not a good fucking message for the brand. Teach your kids how to fucking use knives to then like thwart possible pedophilia. Yeah, like
this is the way.
I don't know, man. I mean,
salvation. Like
Byron would teach your kids to stab.
No, fuck, man. I don't know. Like, I don't have kids. Like, I would love to have kids someday. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't have them now, but I would imagine I would teach them like to try to like
stab a pedophile.
Yeah, stab pedophiles and see them or some shit. Like if somebody tries to take you, like kill them.
My whole thing is just like where, like in times like this, like where's Chris Hansen, man? Like
Chris Hansen's doing some. I saw a video. He does like he catches people doing like other shit now.
Why?
It's something else. I don't remember what it was.
I wish he would just stick to his roots, man. Like the world needs you.
Yeah, but if I go into a house. Not saying that I'd be in this situation, but if I saw, hold on, just from watching the Chris Hansen videos, if I go into,
this is what I would do.
If I went into a house and I saw curtains by a doorway, I'm like, I ain't gonna get the fuck out of here. You think they watch the fucking video at least once
in their life and
get the fuck out of here? Like,
I mean, I don't know. People have like those bead curtains.
But that's not what Chris Hansen's hiding.
Yeah, I know.
He's got a whole crew of people behind that one black curtain
like
with the camera. With the camera, why don't you take a seat?
Wait, was Chris Hansen? Was he the one that did one of those shows that like his kid got murdered or some shit?
I'm not aware.
I only watched How to Catch a Predator.
Oh yeah,
because that was a funny ass show.
Yeah, like this shit was fucked. Everyone was like the same.
Yo, like
they all had like grandiose fucking plans. Like the shit was gonna like work out, which is fucked up to think. Because, like, that means that they probably did that shit before.
Exactly.
Success.
How do you, like, on an individual basis, like, teaching your kids to use weapons and shit, I guess, is, like, it's a practical idea or something. I don't know. But, like, you're talking about, like, systemically or whatnot. How do you thwart the mass amounts of pedophiles and
how do you deal
with
the
idea to, like, make it normal? I have fucking no idea, man. I just
doesn't even know what's happening.
He
doesn't even know the movement's happening to normalize it.
Yeah, bro. I'm not hip to fucking... I'm not hip.
I'm not hip. It's just funny as shit though. I just can't that's what's gonna resonate with me forever. I wish I need him back. Like
it's fucked. I mean, like the only my only ideas are like,
like how you get caught twice. He's like, weren't you here like did I get you like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Like, he's like walking with a whole pizza. He's like, can I at least finish the pizza? Like
it's fucked, man.
They probably paid him.
He's like.
So I'll pay you double the money.
He's like, I just came. He's like, why?
Yeah, they got the weirdest thing though too is, I mean, I don't know if it works like that, but I'd imagine it would. Is like if you're on film and then the film is going to be on TV or on the internet or whatever, you have to sign some shit that like they can use your image. That's why you see people blurred out sometimes.
Yeah.
So like, do you lose that right when you're arrested? Because I've seen people on like when Cops was a thing or whatever that would have their faces blurred out. You know what I mean? Like.
I never thought about
like
it like
smart people that like don't want to be like, yeah, I got arrested, like woo, you know, like.
Yeah.
Some people.
So what is like all the pedophiles were just like, yeah, it's fine, like you can use my image.
We're attached to this movie. We're trying to normalize it.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know.
Some fucked up shit.
Boost, fucking sketch, fuck pedophiles. Is that where we're ending the show?
I think so. I think so.
This is where Eddie brought us.
Yo, like you, because like I can't think of any other conspiracy theory. Like,
Yeah.
like that's the most. That's all I see on Facebook.
I think this is a huge deflect from Flat Earth. He's nothing on Flat Earth, but
because I wasn't pro flat Earth anyway.
You fucking spit my drink.
I wasn't pro flat Earth.
he's like, but pedophiles.
Hey, that was a big deflection. I guess you didn't actually come with any facts.
I told you I didn't have any facts though.
No, man, it's cool, man. I'm not gonna knock you. I know, like, I've read like shit about flat Earth and whatnot.
Hey, at least you guys looked into it. I can't say.
Yeah.
Y'all consider it. So the fact that y'all give it a chance means something.
I've had to watch it, so
I'll take that.
whatever. All right, it's time to wrap this up, though.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me,
Yeah.
man.
No. Thank you.
Thank
Both
you.
y'all.
We could have you
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
again.
We hope to see you
across
soon.
the hall.
Yeah, we're gonna go do another podcast with y'all here on Earspace here in a minute.
It's gonna be like Adult Swim though.
Is this the video's on?
It should be.
Yeah. Drop mic like.
That's my mic too. I can throw it on the ground. I just want to say thank you guys for having me on. Everybody go check out rock10productions.com. That's ROK, the number 10productions.com. There's a link to Earspace on there. You can also find all of our beats, and you can record sessions at Rock 10 Studios directly from the website as well. Thank you guys very much for having me on the podcast. The Almanac. Actually, I want to. Maybe I'll ask you on mine.
You can.
I want to know the name, origins.
Sure.
Okay.
Tune into Earspace to
We
hear
can
the
get to
answer.
that. Yeah, tune into Earspace for our origins.
Our origins.
Love it.
Peace.
All right, I'll catch you.